It seems I like to start these videos by saying, all right. I don't know, but it is what it is. So we're here. You are looking at a C281 International carbureted 4-cylinder engine for a 450 Farmall. The head is off. This engine had coolant in the oil. I'm hoping that was just a head gasket or possibly cracked head issue. I have procured a different head. I have the gaskets. I've been working a little bit today on cleaning this up, among other things. The point of this video, I have been working on the deck with stones somewhere around here. Just, you know, trying to get cleaned up, ready to go back together. I have a smaller stone here, and this is a very fun, it's a white hard Arkansas, because it's the only thing I could find that I've been doing the tops of the sleeves with, because I want to get, obviously I want to get this as clean as I can before I put, you know, a new gasket and put the head on and go. But what I really wanted to mention in this video is this micrometer. This is a Starrett multi-anvil micrometer. Here is the rest of what comes with this. We'll just put it together. This is almost like a public service announcement. That goes in there like that. You spin your little fancy nut on here. And then it comes with 3 different anvils. One of the more interesting ones, it's got this, it's probably an 1/8 inch round. You get it in there right. Okay. And yes, we're close enough for demonstration purposes. Okay, so if you want to measure something that has a radius, you know, you can do that right there. And it's easy to take that out. And here's a flat anvil with a V ground in it. All right, I am not going to claim to know what that V is for. You're going to have to find somebody smarter than old Mike to fill you in on that. But when you put that in there, you can use it as a regular micrometer, I assume. The other anvil, if I can get it out of here. It has a step to it. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know what the purpose of that one is, and I'm not even going to put it in there. I believe there are videos on this here YouTube that will tell you about that. Okay, now we've gotten through that part of the story to get to the important part of the story. And this is why I've brought you here, and I'm trying to tell you this. Ooh. Yeah, all right. Well, at least it fell all the way to the floor. All right. So it's a multi-anvil micrometer. and you can do a lot of measuring work with that. But here is the best feature, And when I went through my apprenticeship for tool and die at the Maytag Corporation in Newton, Iowa, I worked with a tool maker named Lynn Steen. Lynn was a good man, and he was smart. And he turned me on to the multi-anvil micrometer because about 99.8% of the time, I never put an anvil on the micrometer. We use this to measure a step. And sleeve standout is the big thing. I mean, you can measure, this is so much easier trying to measure sleeve standout with this than a depth mic or any other thing. And you know, you stand it on the deck and hold it down, and you spin her down there, and of course, okay. And look at that, 5,000 standout. And yes, you can measure it with a depth mic. You could probably measure it with calipers if you were desperate and didn't have anything else. How accurate do you want to be? This is the easy way to be accurate. I was just watching that Oliver guy, and he's working on a 310 in his, I believe it's a 1750, could be a 1755. But he was measuring, you know, talking about the sleeve standout, and I left him a comment that, you know, the easy way to measure that is with a multi-anvil micrometer. And I believe Chris checked into that and has purchased one and will use that going forward. And, you know, I'm trying to pass this on because this is a great tool. You know, and sleeve standout is obviously a really important one that this helps with. But I mean, anytime you need to measure a step, yeah, you can't beat this. Obviously, you know, you're limited to 1 inch. Now, if you need to measure a bigger step and you happen to have a nice set of gauge blocks, which I do, a very nice set of gauge blocks, you can measure a step, you know, up to whatever gauge blocks you have, which I don't know. I don't know. I don't foresee ever needing to use my gauge blocks. I would guess that anything I'm going to measure will be less than 1 inch. You know, we're just looking at a few thousands. It's possible though. That's all I'm saying. So I've rambled on quite a while on this, but I think it's worth talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to continue to, this deck isn't too bad. I'm going to continue cleaning, and I'm going to, you know, and I'll continue to stone the sleeve tops, and I need to do a little more cleanup on the piston tops and the cylinders. And I have the gasket and some copper coat. I'm going to take them in the house and spray that gasket, a couple coats of copper coat in the basement where it's a little warmer. And I don't know, hopefully we get the head back on this silly thing and it doesn't leak. All right. Thanks for your patience.